On this week's breaking news, we send a LEGO set into the stratosphere. We've got another GRINGOT error that we have to talk about, and we're finally getting it. Shrek is coming to LEGO. All that and more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back2Brick, my newest venture into the April merchandise, the ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back2Brick brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore AFOL or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back2Brick Wear page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back2Brick Wear, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back2Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to
Breaking
Back2Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow AFOLs about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO has been up to for the past week. Thank you all for tuning in, my loyal listeners, and if you're new, welcome. This is the place where you get to learn about all the things LEGO has been doing, because not only in the LEGO community is there stuff going on, there's stuff, of course, LEGO's doing, and then vice versa. Flip that. I meant that there's more things that in the community than you think, and a lot of fun news stories that I like to talk about here. Make sure to subscribe so you stay up to date on all of them, because this comes out every Friday. And I also want to thank the patrons over at Patreon, who are huge supporters of this podcast behind the scenes, getting some extras, getting this ad-free early. So if you want to join and become part of the crew, the LEGO studs, then I head over to the link in the description to go see that. Now on the admin side, been working on the Pokemon builds. I finally finished the first one. The Mew went through, and I'll post that in the link in the description. And then my second one is Gengar, which I'm trying to finish up. Problem is it's getting to the end of the competition. That means that it really doesn't have much of a chance, but it's still fun to build, so I'm going to finish it off. That's pretty much it on the admin side of things. I'm going to be moving into our set reviews at the end of the episode. If you don't know, at the end of each episode, I go over two sets that I really enjoy. One is a LEGO set and one is a Rubricable set. The first one is set 72050, Luigi and Mach 8. This is like the Mario Kart, part of the Mario Super Mario series, Nintendo series. And then our Rubricable Mach is the Ulysses, part from the Atlantis, the Lost Empire movie. And if you don't know, you need to go watch it right now. This is by Kingsman7274. And that's pretty much it. So let's dive into this week's first breaking news story. LEGO is working with Aardman, Aardman, and they're launching a series of shorts called Boop, and it's inspired by LEGO creations by kids. So they have this little almost stop motion animation where they've got this like seven-eyed creature playing with Lego, and it's inspired by all of these different little young builders. They showcase stop-motion creations and bringing the Boop's journey through a world of Lego bricks to find a way back to their clay-based home planet with plenty of mischief, creativity, and friendship along the way. Pretty cute. It's part of the Lego Insiders Club. I think they had a little, not competition, but like entries that you could put in there for it. And it's fun. You get a little interactive content, a little claymation, which is always fun to have that stop motion for it. It's time for some more summer releases, this time for Disney. We've got a couple Lilo and Stitch. I guess they're coming back around for their next wave of Lilo and Stitch stuff since the movie, which wasn't that good. I like the classic because they changed up some things in this that just wasn't that fun. Anyways, we've got Beach Fun with Lilo and Stitch. It's a 4+ set, and we've got both minifigures of Lilo and Stitch, and Lilo's on the little rocket that he goes to for the grocery store. And then we have the Village House and Boat. This is from Moana, and these are not minifigures. These are mini dolls, and yeah, it's fine. It's $20. Then we have the Belle and the Beast Enchanted Castle. This is a larger set. It's still 5+, it's 254 pieces, and will cost you $30. $40 for this one. Then we got Poe, which is the buildable figure of the little pig from Moana. It was a very underutilized character. He's definitely cute, and they used Hey instead, and then the second one. And it does come with this little tiny hermit crab, which I think is even cuter. It's a 9+ set of 885 pieces, and it costs $70. And then there's the Kukumora. These are the coconut little creatures, and there's 2 of them. These ones are pretty fun. I like these. It's a 9+ set of 407 pieces, and it'll cost you $40 for those. We've got Rapunzel's mini tower, and these are mini dolls. They're like super small. It's a 5+ set, 171 pieces, and it costs $20. And Jasmine's jewelry box. We've got mini dolls for Jasmine, where you can do a little crank, and they're flying their magic carpet. We've got Stitch and Scrump buildable figures as well, and this is another Stitch. I think the first Stitch was better, at 714 pieces for a cost of $60. Ariel's Royal Wedding Boat, so it's Ariel and Poseidon, and then Eric, I think, Prince Eric, and it's gonna be 519 pieces and $70. So that's a lot. And there's more on the way. We already have a bunch that have already come out. And for May itself, we've got like Lotso and Winnie the Pooh's already come out. What's the other one we have? The Alien with Pizza Planet Rockets rider. So there's a lot still coming. Disney is just doing their best, as they always come out with more and more stuff. Lego Shrek is finally here. They've announced 2 sets. The first one is Shrek, Donkey, and Puss in Boots. It's 1,403 pieces and a cost of $130. So that's a pretty good piece count. You actually can pre-order it, and it'll be available on June 1st. Now, I described it, I think, last week. We've got buildable scale of Donkey and Shrek, and then we have Puss in Boots as a minifigure scale. And I think Donkey's a little bigger than he should be, and Puss is too small. So I guess they just had to compromise where they could. It does come on a nice little base stand. That's the swamp, and it's got Beware Ogre sign. Very cool. I mean, I'm a Shrek kid. I grew up with Shrek, loving it. So this is definitely a set that I will be considering and putting on my shopping list. And then next is a set of brickheads. There's a Shrek, Donkey, and Gingy at 259 pieces and cost of $25, available on June 1st. And it comes with a little scale, or like what they do, the rocket scale version of Gingy, the gingerbread donkey, with some funky 2 teeth hanging out on the front. And then we've got Shrek with a 2x3 tile that says Beware Ogre on it. They're very cute, and definitely for someone who grew up with Shrek, very appealing. And I wish Shrek 5 was coming out, but unfortunately it's still been delayed. But I'm excited to see it when it does come. Lego's Build-a-Minifigure, which is part of their... they do it every month. They do different characters that you can go build in the Build-a-Minifigure like cases at the Lego store, and they've got 4. The first one is a young boy with one of the lanyards that is the sunflower lanyard, so that's for anyone on the spectrum or needing special care, with a small German Shepherd dog. We've got I think race car driver woman. She's got a red helmet and like flames on a turquoise vest and pants. We have a Australian, I guess, holding a koala, and he's got of course, an Australian style hat. And then we have a firefighter. Of course, he's got a big mustache. He's got the silver helmet, which I remember when I was a kid wanting just to have that silver helmet, the chrome silver helmet, metallic. I think it's metallic, from one of the older firefighter sets, and then it comes with an axe. So those are fun for April. And if you're at a Lego store, you can go and try and get those and build every single one. So for the Lego Saga video games, they brought in actors to do the voices, because it's not the same as the old games where it's like... They actually had actors come in to do it. So there's this guy, his name was David Menken, who was credited for some other games like Final Fantasy 16 and Pragmata, and he plays the voice of Luke Skywalker. his agent like goes and says, hey, like I think they can do this, and they're like, prove it. So he literally read all of the most iconic lines Luke says in one day and then sent it to them, and he got the job. He was recently on a PlayStation Access podcast and talking about it, and realizing he's like, talking so much on like iconic roles involves pooping yourself. He says, I have thinking someone somewhere made a mistake because I'm not an impersonator, I'm an actor, so I have to find a way to make it work. I had heard that this project was going on. I was like, I've been doing Luke my entire life. And he went through all of the different lines, even to the point where it was like he got a little too aggressive. His best line was like, Luke, I am your father scene. And he yelled. And apparently I did it so convincingly that the Lego group actually reached out and said, it's too scary. He needs to tone it down a bit. So a fun little backstory to the voice of Luke Skywalker in the video games. It is unfortunately not Mark Hamill, but someone that did a very good job. And I wonder if Mr. Hamill was very proud of him. To make Lego bricks, you need a pretty expensive machine, one that can heat up the plastic, go through different molds, and inject it. And it costs about $400 million. So not a lot of people can afford one, let alone want one. But the Lego group, it's just iconic. And actually, one of the designers on Lego decided that he would build it, and he built the entire thing out of Lego bricks, showing each of the little details, the knob sections, where it comes out. Now, there is a Lego set from the Lego house a couple years ago that did the small manufacturing, because they have their own little red brick one that they have. You can watch them do the injection on it, but this one's the little bit bigger one that does all the different custom pieces. It's very cool. I've seen them in person, the amount of like detail and different molds, and then robots to move things around. It's cool to have a set like this, and I wonder if he'll actually release the instructions sometime soon. The Foo Fighters have, of course, their backstage routines, warming up, getting ready for the gig, and then, well, they've got other things. One in particular is they like to nap, and who wouldn't love to nap? We all love to nap. And then the second one actually is they enjoy building Lego. They said they've completed the Eiffel Tower, the White House, and several Harry Potter castles. The Nirvana legend said the hobby helps him switch off, adding, there is something sort of meditative about it. You can just turn your brain off and follow the instructions. It's like IKEA furniture. I built a lot of IKEA furniture in my time, and you feel so proud. So having that little bit of fun and enjoyment out of Lego backstage, even as you go on to crowds of thousands and tens of thousands of people, that's fun. Lego is that little switch that turns the rest of your brain off and just brings you into the little world of plastic and creativity. It's time to break another Lego record, and this time it's using the ship, the Hail Mary from Project Hail Mary. They decided, let's attach it to a Stratosphere balloon, send it all the way up, which is 22 miles into the stratosphere, and break the record, which is super cool because they have the video of it as it flies to the edge of space, which actually the edge of space is like 150 miles up or something. But still, you see the curvature of the Earth and the starry night sky. And there it is, the little Hail Mary project, and even Ryan Gosling's little minifigure on its way up. Very cool. There's some cool videos out there showcasing it, so you can go check that out online too. Watch out, as May the 4th comes up, it's time to also look at some of the discounts. They're going to be doing double VI points, triple VI points, and maybe 4 times VI points on some sets. They haven't outlined them specifically, but I wanted to make note of that as we approach because, well, next week we're already into May, and that means it's time to buy some Star Wars. So you'll hear me on the 1st, probably getting online to buy the N1, and maybe some other things, we'll see. Now, this is a crazy story because it's kind of happened to me in its own way. There's a guy caught on camera at Target taking apart a Lego set, dumping out the Lego bricks and taking them in the bags, and then stuffing it with pasta. Because, well, once you put it back in there and you shake it, you think, well, I've got Lego bricks in there. And, well, that's not how it works. And he was captured by the police, and he's under charges for stealing those Lego sets. I had something similar where I bought a Lego set and there was pieces in there. Somebody had just thrown random pieces in there and taken all the other bags out. But you got to give them creativity, and that must be a lot of pasta you bought, but stop stealing, people. It's a constant. Just if you can't afford it, then, well, I get it. You want the set, but stealing isn't the right answer. The new Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knights is going through its tests and trials for people, and there's a system of how to upgrade. Now, there's early access starts on the 19th of May, but that's just for the deluxe edition, and it goes through the different videos of how you can upgrade different parts. Because once you get different coins and different aspects in Gotham, there's hidden areas to find those things. Of course, you can then upgrade your different weapons to a sonic batarang, a batarang combo, concussion batarang, and many different other things. Not just your tools, but weapons, and then even your Batmobile, of course. So there's just a different process. You got to work through a workbench, finding those different things to help build out those systems. It's, I guess, kind of like Fortnite they built it off of, and I think it works well. So hopefully it'll work well in this game once it does come live for everybody to play. Now, the Lego Gringotts Bank came out in 2023, and we had some controversy behind it because the sticker was all kinds of screwed up. Where on the opening it had Gringotts Bank, but it was really GRINGOT TS Bank. Instead of, trying to figure out just build a full sticker that goes across all the pieces, they split it up and it just looked terrible. And it seems that this is there's another one that's replacing it since that just retired. The new FIFA World title, which has the 2006 and FIFA and the FIFA trophy in the middle. On the bottom, it states FIFA, FIFA, and then World de Cup. So WORL, and then the next piece has DCUP. Yep. It looks bad too. And I guess it's just adjustment of the stickers. And unfortunately, this just keeps happening. I don't know if it's just because of the printing or they have to do it on the pieces per like quality of production. But yeah. Okay, just got to line it up a little bit better. All right, it's that time. Bricklink Designer Program Series 11, which is crazy because I submitted stuff up in Series 1, is underway. That means that you can submit your own designs over to the Bricklink Designer Program up to May 4th. Now, of course, you have to follow the rules. If you have to use Studio. It has the specific palette of bricks that you can use for these builds. And then once you submit it, then it'll go through the voting process, which last time there was over 500. And I guarantee there's going to be just as much this time. So good luck to all those. And hopefully I'll see some really cool builds here soon. Last week, we talked about Barnes & Noble having an in-store build for the celebration of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And now they're also having one at the Lego stores on May the 4th. It's May the 2nd and May the 3rd, since those are the weekends. Currently, it's at Legoland's and in UK, but I expect it's going to be in the United States too. But they're doing an in-store build, which has the N1 Starfighter as a mini build. There's even a 1x1 curved brick in the back that looks like Grogu. And it's a fun little build. I don't know how many pieces exactly it'll be, but it's definitely a good thing to go along with because you're going to probably be buying the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter. So why don't you go down to the store, wait in line for that, and then you get this fun little build too. So there's such things as Lego stores and then certified Lego stores. Certified Lego stores are not owned specifically by Lego, but somebody has the ability to have the licensing for it and sell the sets. They did this in, was it New Zealand, or I think it was Portugal? One of those countries had certified stores, and sometimes they can do their own deals instead of the ones that follow Lego. Specifically, one that just popped up was a pretty good deal, I think. If you buy the Lego Pokemon Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise set, you got the free Pokemon Pikachu and Pokeball set. Now that's a pretty good deal. They're already expensive, so you're already paying $650 for the one set, and then you've got the the Pikachu, which I think is what, $100 or something. It's still expensive, more expensive in those specific countries that have it. But it doesn't look like you're going to get the Kanto set pieces. I mean, the stickers are already out if you want to build it, and I'm probably going to find those stickers anyways. But that just means is in Australia is one of the places. It's very, very expensive to get these sets, so that's a pretty good deal to get enticement for people to buy this. We've got some rumors coming. The first one is the Sega Genesis console. It looks like it's going to be released on June 1st for $40. Now, that's pretty cheap. I would have thought they would have done a bigger one for this, similar to what the Nintendo was, but this is the Sega Genesis. It's not huge. Now, the one we will get is going to be the PS1, which is not going to be as much either. I think they're just going to do some scene games to go along with it, but we'll find out. Another one, we've got Megatron and the transformed Lego Megatron as a set. This is a $25 set. Not sure exactly how big that'll be. Maybe one of those figure size styles. And then another one that's interesting that I haven't heard about yet is Alice in Wonderland. Comes with minifigures of Alice, the Mad Hatter, the Cheshire Cat, and Queen of Hearts at $40. Will that be specifically like the woods or the tea? Who knows? But that is definitely fun. Alice in Wonderland is a classic, and we've had those minifigures before, just not in its own set. And that's all the breaking news we have this week. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's podcast and learning all about what's been going on with Lego this week. We'll be tuning in next week because it's going to be May the 1st through the 4th. So May the 4th, lots of Star Wars talk. So make sure to subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody to come listen to the pod. Really appreciate your support and continued endeavors to expand this podcast. All right, let's move into our set reviews. Our first set is the Mario Kart Luigi and Mach 8, part of the Lego Super Mario Nintendo series. And it's an 18 plus set of 2,234 pieces, and it'll cost you $180. And it does have ratings already at 5 stars for 29 people. And it is available now, so you can go and check that out. It comes with a, of course, buildable Luigi and in the Mach race car. So not like the classic ones, but this is a built-out version. It's got 4 exterior wheels. They look like the wheels that they use for like the motorcycles, with custom 2 probably 6x6 round discs in the inside to do the spokes, and then it looks kind of like a rocket. It's got a jet engine in the back, very streamlined form, so a lot of angles to it, which is hard to do in Lego, and it looks like they've captured that well enough that it looks streamlined. And then Luigi, classic figure with pretty much the same thing as Mario, but he's got, of course, his mustache taller and in green instead of the classic red. And it has a little display stand so you can show him at an angle, similar to what we saw in the Mario build. And I like both of them together. It shows their range. I hope that we get like Donkey Kong or Bowser or something as another one, or Peach or Yoshi or Toad. Who knows? There's more that they can do. And even ones where they have the glider on them would be cool. To show the different range of ones. And even they could do ones where the wheels are on either side, like it's levitating like they do on some of the newer games, Rainbow Road, to kind of skate over the track. But at $180 and 2,200 pieces, that's a pretty good deal for a Super Mario set, and such a large scale and a classic from the Mario Kart line. It's something that I would recommend for people who like it, especially Luigi fans. If that's someone who like to play in the game, this is something you could have on your shelf while you're playing on your Switch. And now onto our Rebrickable set. This one is the Ulysses from the Atlantis, the Lost Empire. And it's 1,032 pieces, so it's a MIDI scale, and it's built by Kingsman 7274. And it was, I think, $4 or $5 for the instructions. I don't actually remember because I just bought them. Because I have been wanting to design this myself for a very, very long time, and I just never got around to doing it. I can find the file probably showing exactly where I was building it. So this one is just so well done. It comes with the PDF instructions only, but you can get the bricks and make your own little list over at Brickset. Nope, Bricklink. It's Bricklink. But it has the angular shape of it. If you've never seen the movie, it's a classic Disney movie that's very underrated. But it's them going to find the lost city of Atlantis. And this ship doesn't, unfortunately, spoiler, doesn't last long. But it is iconic. Seeing the ship and going down into the depths, a very old school like the Nautilus style to it. Great use of a lot of brown pieces. So if you do buy, you need to buy brand new brown pieces because they crack a lot. Then the different canopies, and even has the smaller ships with it. But something fun to build, a classic of Disney, and MIDI scale ship. Can't go wrong with any of that. All right, everyone, that's all I have. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's podcast. Make sure to subscribe, check out the YouTube channel, and enjoy Lego. And I'll leave you, as I always do, get creative, get out there, and go build something.